tuning in. I'm Jeff Merritt, and you're watching Cox Connections only on Cox 9. Created in partnership with the Trust for Public Land, the Cox Conserves Heroes program recognizes local environmental volunteers and makes donations to local nonprofits on their behalf. This year, out of 3 finalists, Heidi Kettler was chosen as our Cox Conserves hero. Joining me today is Heidi, along with Steve Bellinger with the Virginia Cox Conserves Council. Welcome. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Good to be here.
Steve, let's start with you. Cox Conserves. Tell me a little bit about what Cox Conserves is.
Sure. It's an initiative that actually was started by our parent company, Cox Enterprises, back in 2007. And what we were looking to do is really reduce our carbon footprint and energy consumption in the communities that we work and live through education and awareness.
Okay. And so with the Conserves program, we've now created this Hero program. What is the Cox Conserves Heroes?
Absolutely. It's a spin-off of the Cox Conserves. And what we're looking, it's awards and recognition program that we look to recognize individuals and organizations in the Valley that give back to the community by taking care of the environment. So what we do is we take nominations, and these nominations are sent to a panel on the Cox Conserves Committee. And that panel does the tedious work of narrowing it down, and we actually select 3 finalists for the state of Virginia. Once the finalists are selected, what they'll do is they'll open it up to the community, and the community actually do the voting, and then a winner is selected for the state of Virginia.
Fantastic. And we have that winner, and so Heidi, first off, congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's an honor.
I tell you, it's great to have you here. And so before we talk about the grant and the $10,000 award, let's talk a little bit about Friends of the Blue Ridge Parkway. Tell me a little bit about the organization.
Well, Friends of the Blue Ridge Parkway works with the National Park Service as the primary volunteer coordinator, and also supports cultural programs like the traditional music series that runs every Sunday, May through October at the Roanoke Mountain picnic area.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. And so this organization is made up heavily of volunteers, or?
It is. We have 9 chapters, of which Roanoke Valley chapter is one, and hundreds of volunteers collectively. There's also a membership component of Friends where there's dues paying feature, which is another way to support the Blue Ridge Parkway, but not an expectation of volunteers aren't necessarily members, but many are.
Gotcha. Now, through the Cox Conserves Heroes program, we just recently announced the grant and $10,000. Hopefully that's going to be very helpful. Tell me a little bit about some of the thoughts of Friends of Blue Ridge Parkway. What are you all thinking in terms of that $10,000 grant and how you plan to use that?
Well, we spend so much time on the Parkway. We have so many different programs that we try to engage the community in to volunteer and connect with the Blue Ridge Parkway, from just general litter cleanup to tidying up the picnic area before the summer season. We have an Adopt a Overlook, Adopt a Trail, Adopt a Cemetery programs that attract different types of people for various reasons. So we're busy coordinating all these events and working really hard on the Parkway. So we don't do a lot of fundraising. So when we won, it was just like winning the lottery, and I think what we're going to do, I'm fairly certain about this, is dedicate the money to a gap where we haven't been able to do, and as much needed in our section of the Parkway, is serious trail maintenance work. We go from milepost 100 to 150 on the Parkway, and there's 6 different trails. And the challenge has been getting the power tools, the chainsaws, the weed trimmers, the specialized hand tools, where we can, and the training that goes along with it, to keep the trails open and safe and meet the requirements of the National Park Service in doing so. So with this money, and we've already started planning and are so very excited about this, and being able to actually do this final component. It kind of brings it all together so that we have various levels of expertise within within the volunteer force, where the National Park Service can call us up and say, hey, we have a washout over here, help us with this. And it's real important because you know that the national budget cuts have really impacted the national park system. It relies heavily on volunteers today, and it's up to us to seed future volunteers and park stewards. So
that's fantastic. And so this $10,000, you spend this on the equipment. That equipment enables your volunteers to be able to do more work and to perhaps even catch up on some things.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And so let's talk a little bit about the volunteers, because that's a big part of the organization. And now that you're going to have some of this equipment to enable those volunteers, talk to me. If a person wants to volunteer, what's that process, and how would they move forward with that?
Well, just like the Parkway, the Blue Ridge Parkway offers something for every visitor, our volunteer opportunities are the same way. We like to identify prospective volunteers' interests. There's no expectation in terms of time or membership, but based on their interests and their availabilities, we can sort of customize something that would work for them. Whether it is litter cleanup or something more intense like the trail maintenance. We have the full spectrum, and anybody who's interested can contact me at our email address or on Facebook, Roanoke at friendsbrp.org, and we'll get the ball rolling in terms of how they can connect with the Parkway in a meaningful way.
Great. Well, thank you so much, and congratulations again.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you both joining me in the studio today. To learn more about Cox Conserves, visit coxconserves.com. And for further information about the Cox Conserves Heroes Program and the Roanoke Valley chapter of Friends of the Blue Ridge Parkway, go to coxconservesheroes.com. Before you go, I want to personally thank you for choosing Cox Communications for your entertainment, information, and communication needs. We know you could have chosen another provider, but because you chose us, we promise to provide you with quality products backed up by a talented local team of professionals. I'm Jeff Merritt, and we'll see you next time on Cox Connections.